So part of my monologue that I wrote for the pop out, I was gonna kick the show off with literally what Snoop said at the Source Awards. Y'all don't love us,
Right.
y'all don't love us,
Right.
and let it be known. And we know where we at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't got love for Kendrick Lamar in the West Coast.
Yeah.
That-
Big Boy's
Big
neighborhood.
Boy.
Alrighty now, beautiful day in the neighborhood, man. For those that know, they know. If you don't know, here's an introduction. And anything that come out of DJ Hed's mouth is not a reflection of Big Boy's neighborhood. You are one of, I think, the first disclaimer that I ran at the top of an interview, Head. Believe that. Welcome to the neighborhood, Head. Welcome back.
yes.
Yeah, man.
DJ Hed and Big Boy's neighborhood is crazy.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, bro. When and I'm gonna be all over the place with this, so it's
Me
not gonna
too.
be in no order.
Me too.
Hey, Head, when you first heard like that,
Yeah.
with Metro Boomin, of course, you know what I'm saying, Future, and then when Kendrick came at the end and did like that, what did you think?
You talking about the show or just when I heard the record?
The record.
Oh, when I heard the record, internally we have conversations like amongst the homies, right?
Right.
And so the barbershop talk. Well, no, let me back. The barbershop different. The group chat talk is like he shouldn't engage. He should just let him just keep poking at him. Don't say nothing. Don't respond. That was our
Wait, who shouldn't engage?
the Canadian.
Right. Okay.
He should not engage in this because it's going to go bad for him. You know what I mean? Like you don't want that kind of whatever. And so when Dot said what he said on the record, everybody know what he said, right?
Right.
It's just Big Me. Okay, cool. But that's really just bravado hip hop. That's not
Right.
really like a direct challenge.
Right.
There was some things he said
Yeah,
that
yeah,
were direct.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But
Motherfuck the big three.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He see y'all, hugging and kissing.
right.
You know what I'm
they
saying?
clicking up.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
YNW and Melly, was that in like
No,
that too?
no.
I'm starting to get them mixed up. Yeah, man.
That was a different record.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, but when I first heard it though, my initial reaction was like, "Oh, it was no big deal to me," because they had been doing that back and
Yeah,
forth.
because that felt like the broad stroke.
Yeah,
you know,
it
what
was
I'm
10
saying?
years of that, like
Right.
just little stuff here and there. So I didn't think nothing of it, honestly. And then when it started to become like a rumor, like I think he might engage, and it's like, no, he shouldn't do that. Like just let him pop his shit and let Dot pop his shit, and y'all just keep doing what y'all doing over here.
Right.
But then when I started to get wind that he might be feeling away or maybe try to engage, it's like, oh,
that's a list of everything right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the timeline.
Yeah, we had to.
Oh, yeah, I
hey
saw-
man, we had to
Bro.
put a timeline together, man.
Yo, this is so helpful. I'm gonna put this right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, block the shot. But yeah, no, like when that came out, I initially didn't think too much of it, honestly, because I
Right.
thought it was just bravado hip hop. I didn't necessarily think that it was gonna cause a reaction. But when he started to do things online that indicated he felt the way.
Right.
It was like, oh, he's gonna engage, and then it was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be interesting. Not gonna go well for him, but okay.
And you knew that early on.
Immediately,
Yeah,
Because the
yeah.
thing is, well, we'll get into that later, but yeah, I knew immediately.
Yeah, man. And then when I first heard when Drake came back with push-ups, and then it got quiet on Dot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then he came with Taylor Made Freestyle, and even that part when you're like, nah, and I was like, oh man. And then the Pac and the Snoop thing, I was like,
Yeah.
was it original? Yeah. Was it whatever? I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
So what's interesting is when Push-Ups came out. I don't think I haven't talked about none of this publicly like this.
Oh.
But when Push-Ups came out, that wasn't the title of the record. No one knew what the title of the record was because Academics was the only one who had the song. He didn't put Push-Ups out. If you remember, I mean, it's like a whole blur at this point.
Right? Yeah. Hell yeah.
But,
it is.
but DJ Academics was the only person with the record. And he was like, yo, this is the response, blah, blah. But I'm like, that's when I went public. And I'm like, well, and again, I wasn't speaking for Dot at that point. Like, I wasn't speaking for him. I wasn't saying, like, Dot feels this way or anything. I was just speaking for DJ Hed. I'm from L.A. If you feel like that, put the record out for real. Because the Duppy freestyle is still up on his SoundCloud against Pusha T. Back to back is everywhere. We was playing the hell out of it up here.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was a hit record, got a Grammy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
different things like that. So if that's your record, claim your record. And that's when I started getting really vocal about it online because it was like, Big, we from LA. So you can't necessarily we call it false flagging, but for people who don't know what that means, like you can't claim something and not actually claim it. You get that's a whole
Oh,
disciplinary.
yeah, hell yeah.
That's a whole disciplinary
Hell
action
yeah,
out
man.
here. You know what I mean? It's just different codes that different people move by. So I was very vocal in saying, hey, if that's your record, put it out. And so then there was like a lot of the memes going back for. I didn't really like that when he was like posting pictures of Ant. Like if Anthony is Dot's manager, like, and I know Ant for 20 years. And Ant is a Laker fan and he's a great guy. He don't have nothing to do with none of this. And you know how, again, code, if you authentically from the culture, you know street dudes, if you're portraying, no matter if you're a street guy or you're cosplaying as a street guy, you can't press or engage squares and or non-affiliates and or
man.
And those are things that just code that people aren't aware of in how we move in our culture, right? When you're authentically from it. So my whole stance was, if you really feel like that, engage the aggressor. Don't post pictures of Ant. That's cowardly, right? Or don't pick on the kid that's catching the bus going to school. Go find your action with the homies that really want that action.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, when that came out, that's when I was challenging him, like, hey, put the record out. And then they picked it up, and then he responded to me on Academics page.
Right. What did he say?
He said, use me as they have nothing to drop button. That's what he said. And basically, like, because, you know, it was like, push the button. But it was more like, he was like, use me as they have nothing to drop. Because now at this point, he's engaging me like I'm representing Dot. I haven't even talked to Dot at this point. This is just how I feel. And once that happened, then I got a call, like, in the morning. Somebody called me and was like, yo, you forced him to put the record out. Because at this point, Academics was still the only person with the record. And I'm like, I didn't force. I'm even telling my team, my publicist, my manager, I'm like, yo, they're like, you know, you in the middle of this now. I'm like, I was just speaking out, like, what people are saying, like, put the record out. They called me and was like, yeah, so, you know, he's putting the record out for real. It's coming out. I said, when? They said 30 minutes. I said, say less, thank you. Hung up, made my calls. And I went on Twitter and I was like, yo, the record will be out in 30 minutes.
And which record was that?
That was Push Ups.
Oh.
And so even when I was taunting him in Academics, I had called it your Push Up record. And I don't think the song was titled before that. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not taking credit for titling the record, but I called it that when I was making fun of him.
Amen. And then he did a back-to-back. You know what I'm saying? He did a back-to-back with Taylor Made.
Yeah.
And I felt like, damn, it got quiet.
So again,
was it quiet for you, or did you know that, man? Like, no, we're in the kitchen.
Around this time is when everybody was looking at me crazy because I'm defending Dot.
Right
now I'm in the street.
Yeah, I would see things on social media. People like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
that's cool. I don't care if they don't. It's better if they don't know who I am. So during this time, Dot was quiet, and it wasn't necessarily good. I didn't look the best front facing, trying to defend him because he's quiet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so now I'm saying, and Dot haven't said anything at this point. He hasn't tweeted. He hasn't made any song. He hasn't dropped any songs. He hasn't said anything. So I'm now the figurehead for all of the smoke, right? Right?
Come on out, they caught us. Come on. Dot, hurry.
But that's when I said what I said. It's like, yo, y'all can have the microwavable food if you want to. We cook our food over here.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so that's the thing that was like, oh, okay, Dot's cooking. I wasn't speaking for Dot even at that point. Right. I just know, these are my homies. I've known these dudes 18 years.
So you forced the battle.
That's crazy. Don't put that on me.
Because Push-Ups wasn't called Push-Ups Head until you said it. Academics was the only one who had it. Yeah. Kendrick wasn't going to come back, and then you just got in the front of everything, man, and you started all this shit.
I didn't start.
Man, what did you say about Cole? Didn't you say tell Cole, like, man, come on?
I didn't say anything about Cole. I respect what Cole
And
did.
so then Euphoria hits.
Then Euphoria dropped. And the world changed.
Yeah, man.
Or at least a couple of people world changed.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
When Euphoria dropped, again, I had no knowledge. I didn't know that it was coming. I just know these are my homies in real life. We don't have an industry relationship. I didn't meet them through the industry like that. We came up together.
Right.
And so, like, me and Soul were in the studio and we was talking about it like, he from my neighborhood. Like, we came up together, you know what I mean? So I think that's been the misconception, is that like I'm just some random DJ in LA.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm just, they call it glazing. I just learned glazing in the last 3 months.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's been about that long.
Yeah, I just learned it. And so like as it's been going on, I didn't start it or do anything, but I got inserted because academics ended up posting what I said. And now I'm in the front. People don't agree with me how I got into it. I didn't try to insert myself. I was just I'm very vocal.
Yeah, because we saw other inserts. You know what I'm saying? We saw, Rick Ross, Ye. Everybody kind of did an insert.
Yeah.
But you've always been, Head, from what I know, you've always been vocal, but vocal with receipts and from a real place. You know how sometimes, Head, things are just goofy. People just say things because they know it's going to spark something that's going to blow up. Like I'm not heavy on social media. But I'll see things where I'm like, oh, okay, I know what they're doing. They just going against the ops and doing this, or and I know that they just going for click. Yeah. You just say what you feel.
I just say to be honest, I don't really say what I feel. I really speak on things.
Don't check me on my show.
All right, for sure.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I say what I just speak based on facts. I don't really go off of how I feel because most of how I feel is rooted in facts. Like, I don't really be like, oh, I feel like I'm a white man. That's not true.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I just don't agree with that. So most of the things that I say, it is rooted in some kind of factual information.
Right. When did you and Dot have a conversation? In the middle of all this.
It was later. It was like, we were I texted him. We were texting, and then probably I didn't talk to him on the phone until
I need you for the pop out.
No, I didn't talk to him on the phone until after Not Like Us dropped.
Yeah, man.
And that night I called him and I was like, yo, it's over. You won.
Yeah.
I was giving him his flowers. But when I was talking to him, he was still on one.
Yeah. What was your relationship? What is the relationship? And we get back to he was still on one. We'll get to Not Like Us. But what's your relationship with Kendrick Lamar?
So for those that don't know, me and Chuck Dizzle have a show called Homegrown Radio. We started doing radio out of Chuck's apartment, and TDE was one of the early people that we used to have come up.
Put a timeline on that.
This is 2009. 2009. And then I think it was 2009 or 2010. I don't know. It's on YouTube. But we have an actual show where K-Dot came in and changed his name on our show to Kendrick Lamar. That's a real thing. So we did the name change on Homegrown. So that's like, just in a nutshell, that's our lineage. Like, these are my homies in real life. You know what I mean? Like, I know Ab-Soul's like family. I know it. You know what I mean? Like, I know Top's family. I know his sons, and like we all came up together. So it's not a real. I don't know. It's just, to me, I know J-Rock's daughter. You know what I mean? Like, it's different things. Like picture, the picture that me and J-Rock have. His daughter took that picture. You know what I mean? Like, this is not like an industry.
That's what I was gonna say. This is an industry. It's not business. It's not about spins. And then at one point, many years ago, no one knew where they were going to end up. No. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where you're going to end up.
And even when
you didn't think at the time, you hope and you wish, but you don't think that the person that's sitting in Chuck's apartment is going to be one of the biggest artists in the world.
No, we didn't know until 2010. We went on tour. Shout out to Tech Nine. We went on the Independent Grind tour. Tech Nine is the first person to ever take us on tour. That's facts. So it was me, Glasses Malone, my big homie G Malone, and J-Rock was on that tour. Him and Kendrick were on the tour at the time, and Kendrick was J-Rock's hype man.
Yeah.
And when we went on that tour, that's when our relationship went to another level because we was broke together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and when you spreading on the bus, like,
and people think tours like, man, you plane, trains, and automobiles. Like, nah, a lot of that you tied in.
A lot of people think tours like when they see on TV. You land on that tarmac in the airplane, you looking out the window. It's hella girls waving.
Man.
They
and
flashing.
SUVs
it ain't
pull
nothing
up
like
hell no, bro.
We did 60 shows in 65 days.
Yeah, man.
No hotel rooms, and we showered at truck stops.
Yeah. That's the
facts.
grind.
Yeah.
That's the grind. That's tuition into the school of experience that people don't understand.
They don't get it.
Believe that, man. So we fast forward to modern day, and we're looking at this, man, and everybody, it's the biggest beef in the world. It's the biggest beef. You know what I'm saying? When we saw the announcement of the pop-out, Ken and Friends, and we see you on that, bro, I'm looking at this like, man, for one, you've always been the Coast Guard. You've always... People just say West Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did you become a part of the pop-out?
Well, I can't take credit for it. Shout out to Dot, Kendrick, Dave Free, the homie Anthony, PG Lang, and Cornell and the whole team at PG Lang. But Tim Henshaw, that's my brother. They basically hit me up and was like, Dot wants you to open the show. I was like, what?
Yeah. Did you think about it like, man, let me get back to you? You're like, what day? What day?
Bro, I can't even tell you what I was thinking because I don't even know. Like,
Right.
it was more like, okay. Like, what we doing? What's the plan? It's like, we'll get back to you. Like, don't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Big, I got $1 million for you. All you got, let me call you right back.
Yeah.
Like, what you? Like,
Hey, man, that's like, man, hello? Hold on, man. Like,
So-
man.
But it was one of those situations, and Tim basically called me and was like, yeah, Dot wants you to open the show, and I'm like, oh shit, like, okay. What am I doing?
Right.
It's like Dot and Dave and the team and everybody, Amazon is all involved. We're crafting the lineup now, and we'll get back to you, whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool.
All right. So when we see Ken and Friends, and then you have your part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you curate the guys, the artists that came up? Did you have a hand in that?
I had a hand in the curation of it, but
Right.
not they handpicked who they wanted on the stage.
Wow.
So like, yeah, that was more like, hey, this is who we would like on this stage.
Hey, man, they really had their hand on the pulse. Because I know you do.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I know you do.
I made suggestions, but it was
Right.
more like, this is who we want on the stage, and it was a collective effort. It's not just Dot.
Right.
It's not just Kendrick. It's not me, Mustard. It's like Amazon Music is involved, PG Lang, and then you also have the Free Lunch Agency with Tim Henshaw and his whole team. So it was a collective effort. I can't take credit for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, man, where were you when you heard Not Like Us? Hey, man, that's cold because people, I know where I was.
I know where I was.
Where
too,
I
but I don't know
was. You know where you were. You know where you were.
Have you had Roddy on the show yet?
Yes. Yeah.
Did he tell you about when he heard it?
Roddy heard it because I'm getting mixed up with Mustard.
Yeah.
No, Mustard heard it on the freeway.
Yeah.
On his way somewhere.
Yeah, because we've been getting them in, bro.
Baby shower.
Roddy said he heard it where?
I don't remember. I don't even know if we
Look at
asked.
my notes.
Okay, so
Oh.
I was DJing I was DJing a private party for Roddy.
No, Roddy didn't tell us this then.
I was DJing a private party for Roddy and his family. And so I'm there. It's a private party. And and Terrace Martin is standing next to me. He's like right over here to my side. I'm DJing. I'm just DJing. It's, it's a Shanti going up. It's mellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my phone is going crazy. I'm like, what's going on? Then I look, and it was like, he dropped. We didn't know. So immediately I'm like, oh shit, like I got to figure this out because I'm DJing. So shout out to my bro DJ DZ. He was there with me. I'm like, hey, you know how that go? Hop on the turntable.
Get on real quick.
I gotta go somewhere. So me and Terrace I called Terrace and said, look, he dropped. So immediately me and Terrace start looking for some place quiet to go run into the house. Like, we got to figure out where we going to go listen to this record. We jet into the house. We're going to find a room up in the back somewhere, and we press play. And it came on and said, Mustard on the beat, and we just lose our shit.
Yeah, man.
We just lose our shit because it's like, oh, he went there with it, right?
Hey, did you miss Meet the Grams? And
I didn't miss anything.
because the only reason why I asked is because Meet the Grams had dropped. I'm in Vegas. I unpacked my bag, right? Fuzz was like, man, did you hear that? I was like, yeah. I said, I got it. I'm straight. I listened to it. But did you listen to it? I'm like, man, I listened to it. And I didn't know. I'm thinking Meet the Grams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, no, he dropped again. That was like, I only unpacked the bag. That's why I was asking if you were DJing that night, did you miss, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I got Meet the Grams.
Right.
And it was, I only listened to it, to this day, I've only listened to Meet the Grams 4 or 5 times.
Right.
It's extremely dark and disturbing, and I told Dot that.
Mm-hmm.
And it disturbs my spirit, and I don't want that on me. You know what I'm saying? I had to get that off me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You were like, man, I didn't do no Sabi work for nothing.
Right.
Man.
So
you did the J. Cole, like, man, this ain't sitting right with me.
You just peel it off. You know what I mean? So anyway, so I'm DJing the party. We step away, we listen to it, and then we go back down, and I immediately start downloading it.
Yeah, man.
And Terrace is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm finna play it." He's like, "Right now, it's nothing but like Roddy's grandmother is
Yeah.
here. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
And my days are gone
like they,
without you.
it's just that. Everybody just, you know,
Uh-huh.
two-stepping.
Yeah.
He's like, you
the
gonna
most
play
you're
it right?
going is probably step in the name of love. You know, step in the name of love. Yeah.
And man, and when Roddy actually has, I think some kind of little mini doc where he explains the full context of this story. So I'll leave it for that. But it'll make sense once that drops as far as why this is like, oh my God, right? So I played the record right there. I edited, no clean version.
Yeah, man.
Just let that thing fly, right? And people are just like, everybody that's 30 and under was like, hey,
Yeah, man.
you know what I mean? Like,
Grandma with her church fan, like.
but I seen the people look. I seen a couple of his aunties like,
yeah. Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it was like wow, stop, fuck him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A minor.
And so I'm playing it, and that's when that first thing that went viral. I had DJ Deezy film me. Hey, film this because I'm gonna post this. Right, I'm the first DJ to play this in the country. Right, so I'm playing it because it's literally 3 minutes after it dropped. I'm playing it. Post, and at that point, everything I post is about the battle.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't even post about my own life.
Right.
And that's how I got inserted in the first place. I was tweeting about my life. Yo, I got this big radio thing coming up. I just said tomorrow's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
That's some blogs and like,
I saw
Kendrick
that.
is dropping tomorrow. I'm
Hey,
like,
dude, remember we saw when you had tomorrow's gonna be interesting? We was like, get Head in here.
Yeah, text him.
yeah. So it was just like, yeah. But anyway, that happened, and then just so happened, you know, the homies pull up. And I took a picture, and that went viral. And then, yeah, that's when I heard it. Then when I was leaving the party that night, that's when I called Doc.
Yeah, what can you give us a little bit of that conversation?
Not too. Okay, so what I can say is his temperament was he was still in the thick of it. Like he wasn't, because I'm celebrating him. I'm giving him his flowers.
Right.
Hey, bro, you won. It's over with. Like you know, you won. Like no need to. I'm giving him his flowers, and he was just man. You could tell, like, I don't want to say what he was saying, but his temperament wasn't that he was victorious.
Right,
his temperament was, you know how, like, when the homies go on a mission and they just come back?
Yeah.
Like, say you go get into a fight and you just finished the fight.
Yeah.
You still not,
yeah,
just because you won, don't mean, he ain't
yeah.
even, he's still on. You know what I mean? Like, man, you know, whatever. So he was still, so I just we talked about 10 minutes, and I just, you know what, he's still in the Meet the Grams energy. I'm cool.
Right. Like I said, I went and did this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just let him, but I was telling him I appreciate him, you know what I mean? And he was like, no, I appreciate you. You know, you was really, he told me like you was like really out there in the field for me, you know, and like it was me, like versus the world on the internet. Like, so, and Top told me the same thing. I talked to Top. He was like, yeah, bro, you was the only one out there in the street. I was like, yeah, from a media standpoint, but I didn't look at it like that. I was just speaking my truth.
What did you take away from the pop out? Like, and I mean the entire night, man, what the crowd felt like, what the forum felt like, what the energy felt like, what backstage, what the handshakes, what different sets on stage look like, you know. So
this is where I want to give credit to Dot and Dave and Tim, and they're like Dot and Dave are geniuses when it comes to creativity, and no stone unturned. Like everything they do is meticulous. From the way that you dress, the way the styling, everything is meticulously crafted. And so I could say this, I guess, now that it's over, but I called Dot, and this is like right when everything was dwindling down. I said, hey, I got my guys. Well, we need to do a show. And he was like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like we should do it at the SoFi and just shoot the video there, you know. And he was like. He's laughing. He's like, you crazy. I'm like, no, I'm serious, bro. Like, I got a couple of white people that I work with. Mm-hmm. I got these, you know, like, let's do it. Let's fill the SoFi up, shoot it, and that's the video. And he was like, he's laughing. He's like, you think so? I didn't know that he had already been planning the pop out.
Yeah.
And again, credit to them. They curated an environment where they wanted it to be like that. They wanted it like that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because Doc could easily do the SoFi.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey man, what about the rumor or what I heard that he refunded out of state ticket purchase?
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that, but I do know that the Free Lunch Agency and PG Lang did allocate. They did make sure that locals were able to get tickets and get priority in a certain capacity. It was after the fact though, because priority went to Cash App card holders. And that's when the tickets got crazy because a lot of people I know don't have Cash App cards.
Right.
But apparently a lot of people have Cash App cards. And so when they would do the event sold out before the tickets went on sale. Make sense.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, man, people was like, I'm in the queue. I'm at 100,000. I'm like,
So
there's no seats there for that.
So I'm gonna paint this picture for you, right? Cash App card holders got priority because they have such business with Cash App.
See, I never even heard of a Cash App card.
So they have business with Cash App. Cash App customers got priority. They got prioritization pre-sale before the tickets go on sale to everybody. The forum was set up for, I think it was, don't quote me, I think it was roughly 13,000 based on the way they configured the stage purposely to get the max amount of people in the forum. That's why the stage was set up purposely like that, because they wanted the most amount of people to be able to fit, right? So that's why there's a long tunnel for us to enter.
And a long catwalk.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they wanted to
no
fit
rows of seats.
Right, exactly. So they wanted it to get as many people as they could. Credit to them. But the funny part about it is when the tickets went on sale, it was already sold out. And that's because I know that don't make no logistical sense. But the Cash App card holders, again, it was about 13,000 total that could probably fit in the forum for the pop out. In the queue, there were 64,000 people.
Yeah, man.
For pre-sale. Before the tickets go on sale, right? So before the tickets go on sale, the pre-sales is at 64,000 in the queue. And we're maxed out at roughly 13,000 people. So
yeah, good luck.
You know what I'm saying? Go get you a Cash App.
Yeah. Yeah, and then that's too late.
Yeah.
Hey, man, and I heard people saying, "Oh, he could do multiple days," and I was like, "He can, but he shouldn't, and he can't."
Nah.
Yeah, so, that's one night only.
But your initial, for me, the pop out, what I took from that and what was special about it, it didn't have anything to do with music.
Right.
It was about camaraderie, and it was about us. It was for us, by us. It was some LA shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know me.
Yeah.
I'm biased to the T. So I think that we needed that. Like, it reinvigorated everything. And it actually, and like backstage, actually, I'm going to rewind a little bit. The night meant everything to me because we were able to pull off something that I didn't necessarily think that I could pull off. Just DJ Hed being DJ Hed, having nothing to do with Dot or free.
What do you mean by that?
I'm be honest with you. I didn't realize how much people respected me, and in what I was able to do, and the people that I was talking to, and how I was talking to them, it was like, damn, like they really they respect what I'm on. They respect, and I'm not.
You should be in the room.
Yes, and I'm not a street guy. But they respected me enough to be like, hey, Hed is talking. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, hey, everybody get in line. Like, it was more like that. And it was a few times where I gathered PG Lang was filming everything, so I don't know what they're gonna do with the footage. But it was at one point where Problem actually Jason Martin talked about it, where I gathered everybody around and I was like, look, this is what we own. I know you from there, you from over there, y'all woo woo. I don't care about none of that shit right now. If you don't want to be here right now because you can't, get along or do whatever, you're more than welcome to leave right now. But once we go in this building, like I'm running, I have a job to do, and I need y'all to fall in line. I need y'all to understand that I have a job to do. It's three names, like you always say, my name is on the marquee.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So if Ani fuck up or Louis fuck up, it's on Big.
Boom.
You know what I mean? And so it's three names on the lineup. So this has to be perfect. This has to be right. And that's what I need your cooperation to help me do. And they did it. And I just respect them dudes so much. Even the girls, too.
And being in the meeting, so you knew everything that was coming on that stage. Because I'm
not
telling
everything.
you, I didn't want to know nothing.
I know you text me. Don't tell me nothing.
Yeah. I was like, man, I don't want to know nothing. So everybody that walked that ramp or came up that riser or hit those stairs and did the catwalk, that was it for the first time.
It was a lot of stuff I didn't know. Like I didn't know Dot set.
Gotcha.
Me and Mustard had to collaborate because we had rehearsal the same day.
Right.
And we're DJs. So, again, we were running a little bit behind, but that was more of a production thing. And so the broadcast set to go live at 4 p.m. Pacific, West Coast time.
Hello.
So I was supposed to hit the stage at 4, and I was going to do a DJ set. I'm a DJ. You know what I mean? I know people think I just talk like other DJs. No, I'm a DJ. So I was going to do a DJ set and then just start bringing people out as I'm DJing. And that was the feel of it. It's like we're DJs, and as we're DJing, people are coming out doing the songs live.
Gotcha.
So I was supposed to start DJing how Mustard had his set, and he just was DJing real quick, and then he started bringing. That was what I was supposed to do, but in the interest of the program, and I didn't want to be selfish. You know what I mean? So it's not about me, and I understand that at this point I said this, like, I'm a role player.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about me, and because it's a team effort, I'm gonna forego the DJ set. I was about to.
Oh yeah.
I had some shit. I was going. You know what I mean? Like, and so I just forego that, and I had a monologue written. I was going to say what I had to say. You know what I mean?
That's probably even better though. Then
right.
time wise.
Yeah. So I just foregoed all that. I said a little quick something, and I just got right to it in the interest of the program. But I didn't know anybody set other than Mustard's, and I still didn't know that Tyler was going to be there. Yeah. I didn't know about that. I saw Tyler when he walked past us backstage, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Tyler went and jumped on the stage right from where we saw him.
Did you know that Dre was going to intro Not Like Us?
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. That was epic.
So you didn't know Kendrick was going to go through it 5 times? I just told everybody. I said, man, he got to do it more than once. He got to do it more than once. I was saying that, man. I said, man, this got to be like Watch the Throne. This got to be Jay-Z and Ye, multiple times.
I didn't know, bro. And I didn't, and even the end where we all got on stage, I didn't know about that.
Man, I didn't know, but I was like, Head, I never try to get on nobody's stage. I love watching stuff from the audience.
You did before?
Hey, man, let me tell you, bro.
Why you?
I told Jose, I said, hey, man, he going to this song one more time. I'm up there. Hey, bro, and I look like, man, I look like, you ever seen the Titanic when everybody's trying to get chosen? Dude, I look like
you look
I was and then no, but just to look at it and people like, no, get big up here, get big. That felt special. So when you say you were in the room and people were like, no, shut the fuck up, like you had a voice. When people would lock eyes and it was like, no, you need to get up here and splitting for me, man, I was up there.
And the thing is, like, we didn't know about that, so I was in the pit.
I don't think Kendrick knew either. Like,
I have no idea where that came from because that wasn't in rehearsal or sound. None of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't on the right. It wasn't on the itinerary.
Right. It was a moment.
I'm gonna be honest, and I probably shouldn't. I was about to leave.
Right.
My job done. Like, but you know me,
Big.
Big.
That's that beat this traffic, man. Let me beat this traffic,
bro. I be on the freeway when they doing the last song.
Yeah, man.
But also, in all fairness, because I was so locked in on doing my job for that day, I didn't eat. Mm-hmm. And you know how I am, bro. Big. Like, I need to eat, bro. I done got up and walked out of meetings with white people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta go eat. Like, Silas got it, I'm gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the thing about me is, I hit the group chat. Hey, we out. So Silas, my cameraman, they went to the trailer, or they were heading to the trailer. But what ended up happening was he said, "Oh, we were still in the pit," and Silas was like, "Hey, don't go nowhere." I'm like, "What you mean?" He's like, "They're hitting me. Dot want everybody on stage at the end of the show." I'm like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Because I'm like, again, me not having trust in my comrades and my homegirls. I'm like, damn, if we get everybody on. I'm thinking about, we going to do this in front of the world. Like, I don't know how it's going to go. I was able to.
Right. Do your part and like, whew, exhale.
And so I'm like, now I'm going back into like, okay, let me talk to him. Let me talk to her. Let me see. Because now everybody backstage, it's a whole sea of just human beings.
Yeah.
And we're all going the same direction. And I'm looking around like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? Like, and so he's like, yeah, we want everybody on stage. And they start working out the timing. All right, when he does it this time, the third time or the fourth, I don't remember what happened, but they were like, this the cue. So I'm like, all right. So we all swarm. We're all waiting for the cue. I low-key was about to leave because it was just too many people, bro. It was like DeMar DeRozan, like
Westbrook.
Russ was there. LeBron didn't try to come. LeBron was over there with SZA was at. They was chilling, but it was just so many people like going that same. And you know how the stage was set up. It was only one way in, one way out. And now when
it was almost like a boxer's like walk.
When they brought that up in sound check, I'm like, it's one way in, one way out. You know what I'm saying? So people know where I'm going and where I'm gonna be.
Right,
I'm thinking I'm on some LA shit, right?
But at home, though.
Right.
You
so,
know?
But anyway, it was cool, and we ended up doing that. But I wasn't. Again, it was so crowded, and I'm low key helping the girls, the Cuzzos and Tommy's dancers. I'm helping the girls on stage, and Dot is standing right there looking over us, and he was like, "Hey, come on." I'm like, "Fuck." Because I was lucky. Once I could help these girls on.
Right.
And Big Hit went right past me.
Yeah. He had the baby and everything.
He had C3.
Man, he was banging on the baby on the way up there. I bang on everything. I bang on myself.
So once he went up there and the girls was up, I'm like, all right, I'm finna go. And then Dot was like, Head, come on. I'm like, okay,
yep. Hell yeah.
Figure out how to get up here. So I just went up there and then we turned up and it was a beautiful thing. And,
yeah, that was history,
and then when
man.
he stopped the music and he was like, no, I'm getting emotional right now. Like Dot, again, is very authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't really do anything without merit. And so when he's like, no, I'm getting emotional, I'm like, oh, this is okay. This is finna be some shit. Let me just play my part, stand down. Because I was low key, I was in the back where YG was at, in the back of the stage. I was finna just get on and go meet them at the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, nah. He's like, everybody, come on, we taking this picture. I'm like,
oh man,
all right,
man, I'm gonna tell you, if you look at the picture, bro, I was tacky on mine, bro.
Bro, I'm not even looking.
Man.
I'm like this, looking off to the side.
Nah, bro, I was like, Dot right there. I was like, man, like I'm telling you, man, I was so out of so-called character that night. I knew I was going to be a part of something because you got to think, man. I've been on air 30 years.
Yeah,
I've been on hip hop my entire life. West Coast hip hop, bro. I'm the forefathers of pressing play on a fucking cassette deck.
yeah.
And then when I got into radio, I was in the same position where we were disrespected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went through the, you know, people throwing water on DJ Quick pictures, and I went through, you know, how everybody gang bang, how whack we are. Look why did they crease their pants?
They not
why
lyrical.
Did they low ride? Yeah, they not lyrical. I went through everything. I went through the bow down era. You know what I'm saying? And so to see this right here, I was like, man, this shit right here is beautiful. Because I've seen it, but this one felt different as well. And I've seen I've been through the Bad Boy, and I've been through the Biggie and Pac, and I've been through all that. I've been through the Death Row. So it was just this one right here, man. It was just like, man, it felt good.
And to be honest with you, that's where the chip on my shoulder came from, is going through that. I didn't really develop a chip on my shoulder for LA, the Bay, West Coast, really in general, because I count everything. I count Phoenix, I count Riverside, I count San Diego.
Yeah, man.
I want Reno.
I used to hear people just
Vegas.
say, man, that's West Coast shit, not LA
They
shit.
still say that.
Yeah, man.
And listen, Big, and again, I wrote a monologue. I'm going to share. I wrote a monologue for that specific reason, because there are music executives who exist in this space, in black media, in black culture, who have literally said out of their mouth, I like Roddy Ricch because he don't sound like he from the West Coast. I have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because based on the type of music he chooses to make, he still says cuz in his music, he wear Dickie suits.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's still culture. He's still from Compton.
And there's so many different ways that we get down from here.
And we have lyricism too. We got, first of all, I'm going to say this, it's not going to go well, but I'm going to say it anyway. The biggest rapper to ever exist in music is from Long Beach, and the best rapper comes from Compton.
Mm-hmm.
Next to Jay-Z. I'm giving Jay-Z his, number 2 is from Compton. So that being said, what don't we have? We got it in all flavors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that's where the chip on my shoulder came from, is coming up with Glasses. I've been to 43 states. I've been almost every radio station in those specific states, because we would do radio runs and promo tours and stuff like that. And they would always say stuff like that. Oh, that's West Coast shit, or that sound too West Coast. I've never heard anybody say that sounds too Atlanta, or that sounds too East Coast, or that sounds too Midwest. We get typecast with that. Why do we get charged with that?
Mm-hmm.
We make music. Fuck with it or don't fuck with it. But you know what I mean? But that's where the chip on my shoulder came from, is being in the music business for 15 years and hearing those things. And people are like, why you go so hard? That's why I go so hard.
Right.
Because who else is, like, nobody is going to go get out here and advocate for us on, good, bad, or indifferent in the same way. And I think that's where the Coast Guard thing came from. But to me, it's disrespectful, because you can't marginalize a group of individuals who make music because of the region that they come from.
I remember, man, when I was a bodyguard for the Far Side, right? People would say, "Oh, they don't sound like they're from the West Coast." I didn't know what that meant.
Oh, I know exactly what that means.
Because
they
know
think
what I mean?
we sound like, you know what I'm saying? We're like, okay, we got that too.
Yeah.
But we also got some lyricism that'll bust your ass. We also got some turn up though that you know your girl will leave you sitting at the bar and come party with us.
And there was a lot of, you know, I mean, there's the way we walk, the way we talk. I remember, man, years ago, bro, I would be, and I don't want to mention spots and cities and states, I would be there, they'd be like, man, y'all crease y'all pants? Like, man, y'all on that gang bang? And now they think they bang harder than us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like certain cities and states, man, where I was on their turf and they couldn't understand what we were doing.
I'm going to be honest with you. So part of my monologue that I wrote for the pop out, I was going to kick the show off with literally what Snoop said at the Source Awards. Y'all don't love us.
Right.
Y'all don't love us.
Right.
And let it be known, and we know where we at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't got love for Kendrick Lamar in the West Coast.
Yeah.
That was part of my monologue. But that's why I truncated it. I shortened it a little bit. And the last thing I said before I started the music is the West got something to say.
Yeah, man. Because you know it's crazy that you said that because I remember
when
Andre saying that too. Yeah. You know, and when the South got a hold of it, they never let it go.
The West got something to say too.
Yeah, man.
So that's where
Where do we go from here, Ed?
From this?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's on everybody else to make the music. Whether you were on the stage, not on the stage to pop out, whether you can get a dot feature or not, the spotlight is on us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you from Las Vegas, if you from Tacoma, if you from Eugene, Oregon, you better have some shit.
Yeah.
And drop it.
Yeah, man.
And it better be fire because they looking and now is the time.
Man. How do you feel about Drake?
I don't have a problem with Drake. That's the thing.
That's the first time I heard you say his name right now.
Not the Canadian.
The Canadian dude. You know, I'm starting to see a pattern. It got to a point because we had somebody else in, they never said his name. I was like, man, did I miss the memo? Like, man,
you wasn't on the email.
Yeah, man. I wasn't on in the text too that everybody was gonna get on stage. So maybe I wasn't supposed to be up there.
Nah, I don't have a problem with him.
Right.
I just think that I do have one problem with him. Mm-hmm. My one problem with him is you cannot inauthentically present in something and try to out someone else who authentically presents in that something.
Wow. And
that was my initial statements when I was going public with everything on the blogs and stuff. It was like, bro, I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem. I played this song. I played this music yesterday.
Right. Yeah,
I'm going to play it all BET weekend.
And then with us, man, we're like, every day, multiple times a day, we play Drake.
I'm going to play the music.
Drake. We didn't.
Make your bops.
Yeah. And somebody sent something to someone I know and was like, oh, isn't this your boy on stage? You know what I'm saying? And my thing was when I popped out that night, bro, my pop out was in love.
Yeah.
My pop out wasn't about I hate Drake. I love Kendrick. That don't mean I hate Drake.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And when people are trying to create a narrative that I'm not going to even sit up and try to defend.
I'm not either.
Because it's goofy. I was just like, man, miss me with that bullshit.
And the thing is, I always say this, and you heard me say this on air before, but I'm not anti anybody. I'm just pro us.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
And so my one problem with him is that is culture. That's what you just saw for the last 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, or however long you've been paying attention, is pure, uncut, raw culture. That's not something that naturally comes to you or where you come from, or you have your own culture. But when you come playing over here, this ain't that. This is something completely different. And that was when I was making those statements like Elliot Wilson would always, try. He's a Drake guy, whatever. I'm like, bro, it's not an attack because his mom is white. I don't care about none of that. One of the ladies who is responsible for me even being alive today is a white woman by the name of Ernie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She took me in when my mom was on welfare and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem with white people. My problem is when you try to out culture someone who is authentic of the culture, you're gonna lose every time. And that's my only one problem. I even say that when it comes to, other media personalities in the space. I don't have a problem with you existing in the culture.
Right.
Just move accordingly.
Yeah, we seen it get crowded. We've seen it get crowded too. And everybody has a microphone too now.
Yeah.
Everybody has a microphone.
Just move accordingly, move with respect. That's one thing I did learn from G Malone and Pooh when we was running around Big Steel, when we was running around the country. No matter where we went, bro, we move with respect. If I go to Toronto next week, I'm gonna move with respect. I'm gonna respect your hood. I'm gonna respect where you. I'm not gonna move in a disrespectful manner.
Hey man, let me tell you, there was a couple years ago, there was something that was going down in LA that I wasn't a part of. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it felt a certain way just for a split second. But it was more social media, nothing to do with me, nothing to do with whatever. So it wasn't my thing. But I remember I got a call from Glasses, and I picked up the phone. I was, "What's up, G?" He was like, "Big, don't get involved with this shit, man." I like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I wasn't. But just the way, like, he know, like, he's that guy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's all of them. I know all of them. You know what I'm saying? The Wax, the Big U's, the Magics, like all of them are my. And that's one thing. Like even like right now, I've never had none of them on my show, and that's in person. That's intentionally because I can't have a real conversation with them. The stuff we talk about, we can't talk about it on the air.
Right? Yeah,
I
man.
can't talk to with the stuff me and Wack have talked about. I can't talk to him about no damn radio station. Like that, you know what I mean? I can't talk to, like, stuff me and Glasses talk about can never be heard ever by anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, again, it's with Cole, but you on that list, I know there's a list. There's you, there's me, there's Gina Views. There's a couple of us on this list where, hey, we got it. Go to work.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Big, don't even become involved in this.
Yeah, we got it. Don't trip. We got
man.
it. And I found that out when the Kevin Gates thing happened. You know what I mean? Remember when you was when he came up to the radio station and he was like, "Don't touch me." Remember that?
Oh yeah, when you did that interview.
I found that out then. It was like, oh, the city loved me. Okay, look, everybody calm down.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know. Because I'm operating. I'm just.
Do you know what piece he talking about, y'all? Do you know what piece? Yeah. Hey man, and Kevin's my guy.
You told me that.
I felt a certain way.
I know.
But you handled that so well, man.
I'm professional.
Yeah.
And I learned from you. I done seen you do certain things, and I done seen Sway handle situations a certain way, and it's like, that's how I want to be perceived.
And my thing is, man, I don't do radio goofy shit.
Me either.
You know what I'm saying? And I know the power of the microphone. I know the power of the speakers. And everybody always try to, you got to go at this stage. You got to do this. I don't do that because whenever if I press the button, I'm gonna fuck everything up. And I know that, and I know how powerful the microphone is, and the influence, and your gift can be your curse. That's why I don't do none of the goofy shit. And I also understand, man, that I'm rocking with me. I don't fuck with these logos. I don't call letters and all. I don't live and die by that, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't play goofy shit. The ones that try to say something, they know that I step to them personally.
Facts. And that's what it is with me. Is like, but what I found out throughout that period and this period was, because I've had private conversations with a couple of guys that are some guys, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, look, Hed, we need to keep you clean. You one of our guys. You represent us. You represent Los Angeles urban culture, black and brown. Yes, sir.
Same.
So stay over there. You got a problem, call us. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it was just like, I'm never gonna call you because that's not what I'm on. But and then when I found out,
I never say I won't call though.
Okay. I don't plan on calling for any reason. If you call me, I'll do whatever you need me to do. Cool. I pull up, listen to music, tell you it's trash, whatever you want me to do. Cool. But my thing is, when I found that out, it's like, no, that's a huge responsibility.
Yeah, man.
And I think the respect comes from that you don't abuse that.
Right.
And I don't throw my weight around. You don't see me, I don't engage. The most I engaged was throughout this process. And that was me making fun of academics and poking fun at them and making fun of Drake. It wasn't, but it's never going to go there because I found that out too when the Nipsey record dropped with Jay-Z. And it was a station banging and all that shit going on. It's like, bro, I'm not, this is what I said, and be honest with you. This is what I said to the person I talked to on the phone. I said, y'all are radio niggas. I'm a nigga who do radio. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. And it's not the same thing. And so as long as we understand that, then I can coexist in any ecosystem. But it's just like, I don't necessarily like I don't station bang. We call it the circus in my team. Yeah. I don't participate in the circus.
Yeah, man.
I don't go to certain things and do certain things because my lineage doesn't allow me to play like that. If I got on Twitter right now, it was like, man, fuck Big Boy, blah, blah. My phone gonna ring in 5 minutes. Yo, what's up? What we on? What we doing?
Yeah.
And I just can't, that's not something to play with.
Yeah, man. I don't cry wolf.
So I don't participate.
But Head, thank you for coming in, man. The Coast Guard.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, man. DJ Head up in here, Big Boy Neighborhood.